What is up, YouTube? This is Alucard AFK with another MTGO game with commentary. So we're back on the black-white control Vengeance deck. Been swapping between that. Really in all my decks recently. I've been playtesting the discard deck quite a bit more. As you can see from the last games recorded and uploaded. But I thought I'd go back to black-white control for a while. So, opening hands, we have a Sorin Markov. We have an Isolated Chapel. We have a Ghost Quarter. We have a Swamp. We have an Isolated Chapel. And we have Lingering Souls. And we have Curse of Death's Hold. So, yeah, we got four, mana in the first hand, which is not bad for a black-white control deck. Obviously we have Lingering Souls, which is something we need to get out, as soon as we can, and then flash it back, get some guys out there to do some blocking. But I think what most people fail to realize, yes, once you get a bunch of Lingering Souls, flash it back, do another one Lingering Souls and flash it back, that's doing some pretty good damage and they're flying. But at the same time, you can get rid of all those tokens and the next couple of turns I'll have a Sorin Markov and a Sorin's Vengeance out. So this guy does use a bit of control himself, but uses it on the wrong things. So he's going to play a Mountain, and it looks like a full art Zendikar, or the first deck, I forgot which one they had him in. So I really like those. We'll get another Sorin Markov. We'll play a Swamp. I'm going to play a Sulphur Falls, which gives him blue and red. We'll get another Lingering Souls. So we'll play an Isolated Chapel. Gonna play an Island. We gotta go for the throat. Play an Isolated Chapel. Play Lingering Souls. And he'll do a Forbidden Alchemy. That's so he can look at the top 4 cards of his library and put one of them into his hand and the rest into his graveyard. And so he got rid of a Desperate Ravings, draw 2 cards and discard a card at random. He can flashback it for 2 colors and 1 blue. He can do a draw a card, flashback for 2 colors and 1 blue. And we can do a flashback on the Forbidden Alchemy. So all cards he's getting rid of, he's got flashback on. So go ahead and put a Talon Sky Summoner. I've been seeing a lot more people utilize this card. Obviously, I can't say for sure that that's exactly what his deck is surrounding by, but it's a legendary creature. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 2/2 blue Drake token with flying onto the battlefield. So it allows him to keep some control and also have better creatures than what I have out. Only sad part about him is, oh yeah, okay, so him himself is not flying, but when he puts those 2/2 blue Drakes onto the battlefield with flying, it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and we got a Sorin's Vengeance on our draw. Go ahead and play Ghost Quarter and do a go for the throat on that Sky Summoner. Go ahead and flashback Lingering Souls. Swing in for 2. We'll go to 18. I'm gonna play a Burning Vengeance. Awesome card art. Whenever a creature from your graveyard, or whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, Burning Vengeance deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So he's gonna go ahead and use that. Get a Faithful Looting, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Got a Ratchet Bomb. Go ahead and play another Lingering Souls. And swing in with 4 Spirit tokens. I'll go to 14. So did a Faithless Looting, and so whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, so he's going to do a Faithless Looting, draw 2 cards, and he's going to be able to deal 2 damage to target creature or player. That's a really nice ability. So he's going to go ahead and get rid of a Spirit token. And then exile Faithless Looting. So we got a swamp. Go ahead and play the swamp. And we tried to put out a Curse of Death's Hold, which you enchant the player. Creatures enchanted player controls get 1/1. So he's going to do a mana leak on that, which, you know, that's a good ability, but if you're not putting a lot of creatures out, it's kind of pointless to go ahead and mana leak a Curse of Death's Hold. And he did it so quickly, so you know, it looks like he was mana leaking anything that came out, so it's kind of a waste. Especially with Sorin's Vengeance and two Sorin Markovs sitting in hand. And this deck type's been out in different variations for quite a while, so usually when you see this, I almost assume that it's at least got the Sorin combo in it. So do an Incinerate. Incinerate deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Creature dealt damage this way can't be regenerated this turn, so get rid of a Spirit Token. And he'll do Faithless Looting again, so the Burning Vengeance effect activates. And he'll do another Spirit Token. And I'm not saying he did anything wrong by getting rid of the Spirit Tokens. I mean, he could have been doing damage to me, but you know, he's at 9, so he's just trying to get rid of really my only damage on creatures. So we got a Buried Ruin. Go ahead and play that. We'll go ahead and put Sorin Markov. So that mana leak would have helped him quite a bit right there. So his health is already 9, so we can't use our -3 ability that reduces his life total to 10. So we'll go do the +2 ability, which deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and we gain 2 life. So he'll go down to 7, we'll go up to 22. And then we'll swing in with 3 Spirit Tokens. We'll go to 4. And he'll play another Burning Vengeance, so his deck is really built around being able to flash cards back from his graveyard and draw cards, as well as do some damage this way. I really like that mechanic. So he pulled the Desperate Ravings, draw 2 cards and discard a card at random, so he's going to do that, then he's going to deal 2 damage to something and then 2 damage to something. If you'd really, I think if you had added up all the 2 damage that he's done, he probably could have got me down pretty darn low on health. Because he was doing 2 damage at a time, where my Spirit Tokens were just 1. So, I don't know. Didn't really do the math on that. Or it would have been better for him just to do this 2 damage to me, but it seems like he would have got me down pretty far. And, you know, unless it seems like he thought as soon as he got rid of the Spirit Tokens that he might be okay. But, the whole point is Sorin Markov and Sorin's Vengeance here, so we got a Swamp. And we use Sorin's +2 ability to reduce the life total to 10, or take 2 damage to target creature or player. Now, we could have played another Sorin Markov and then used his +2 ability to kill them, but it's always nice when you finish with Sorin's Vengeance. So, and I was kind of expecting a mana leak, so I figured go ahead and do the mana leak on Sorin's Vengeance. If not, we win the game in style. If you do the mana leak, then we bring Sorin Markov out next turn and kill you. So it just, either way, some people would have played Sorin Markov first, did 2 damage. If they mana leaked him, then they would have had a Sorin's Vengeance in hand. We got 4 Sorin's Vengeance in this deck, and we have 2 Sorin Markovs, so not so worried about it. So we go ahead and do the Sorin's Vengeance and win the game on turn 8, which this deck is really designed to win at turn 8, turn 7, something like that. It just depends on how quickly we can ramp up. We have Pristine Talismans, we have Wellsprings to draw cards and get more lands. We have obviously the Similax to draw land cards, and then we can sacrifice them with the Phyrexian Core to draw cards. So there's quite a bit of ramping, but we didn't really need to do much of that at all. We used 3 of our basic land cards, you know, or dual lands. We had a Buried Ruin and a Ghost Quarter out, so really no additional mana wrapping there. Those will really all, to me, count as basic land cards, so not just something to ramp. Pristine Talisman is something that I consider ramping. So anyway, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll catch you later.